Hey guys, Pastor Sean coming to you with today's daily devotion. I hope you watched Sunday's video called, I think it was Put Your Trust in the Lord or Trusting God or something like that. It was a story of Jonathan and his armor bearer when they go up and they fight with the Philistines, and they defeat them just on a wing and a prayer. And the title of that message was supposed to be, I love it when a plan comes together, but that's the name of the series. The name of the series is I love it when a plan comes together. Many of you may remember that show, The A-Team, from the 1980s. Some of you remember the movie from not too long ago starring Liam Neeson and Bradley Cooper. And one of the things that I loved about that show was at the end, the main character would always take he'd take a cigar and put it in his mouth and say, I love it when a plan comes together. And that was going to be the title for that series. It is the title of the series. But for that message, Jonathan and his armor bearer go up there with no idea of what's going to happen. But they had a plan. The plan was to go up there and do what they did. And if God was for them, these guys would say, come on up. And of course that worked out. And I can see Jonathan back in the tent with a big smile on his face saying, I love it when a plan comes together. There's coming a day when God will look at us for all of eternity and say, I love it when a plan comes together. Because the plan of salvation was not a backup plan. It was not an afterthought. It was the plan all along. Even in the garden, when man fell, God tells Eve, there'll always be a problem between you and the enemy. There'll always be a problem between your seed and the enemy's seed. But I'm bringing someone who will crush the head of the serpent. That was Jesus Christ. Now, God knew the end from the beginning. He knew when he was walking in the garden with Adam that Adam was going to fall. He knew when you and I were born that we were going to be in sin. He knew the day that we were going to be saved. He knows the day that he's going to call us home. He knows everything. If he didn't know everything, he wouldn't be God. But he knows everything. He doesn't reveal it to us, but he knows everything. And so we go through our lives and we make mistakes. We have triumphs and victories. We have losses and defeats. But we go through our life trusting that God has the plan. He has a plan. We were coaching basketball. Shannon and I, Uli and I were coaching basketball a couple of years ago. And there was a plan for this one particular team. Now, we beat the socks off of everybody. I'll just be honest with you. We had some outstanding athletes, and in basketball, and we just beat the socks off of everybody. But there was a team that had an outstanding player, a really, really good shooter. I coached him later in football, and he's an outstanding natural athlete. And we had a plan. The plan was simple. Don't let him shoot. Don't let him shoot. And we put a kid on him. Who we knew would draw a couple of fouls, but it'd be okay. I think he ended up drawing 4 fouls on him. So when he got a couple of fouls on him, we put another kid on him. And he got a couple of more fouls. But it drove that kid crazy that he could not shoot. And we ended up winning the game by, 20, 25 points because that kid couldn't shoot. He couldn't do anything. There was a plan in place, and when the plan played out, victory was won. So what's God's plan for you? Well, you don't get it at the first. You get it as the days go by. You get it as the moments roll through. You get the plan as it goes along. But let me tell you something. The plan is going to come together, and you will love it when the plan comes together. Now, God has the entire thing planned out. He knows what's going to happen. But here's the thing. You and I are going to go through times and seasons and battles, and we're going to see little victories. You know, when you're praying for that child who's lost, and then at 22 or 23 years old, they start coming to church miraculously, and they give their heart to the Lord, and they become a solid Christian after that. You're praying for that job that you have to open up and give you more freedom to do what it is that you love to do. Maybe you want to coach. Maybe you want to be at church more. Maybe you want to be a missionary. And all of a sudden, the plan comes together. The plan begins to play out. It's not the total plan for your life. The total plan for your life is to spend eternity with God. That's the big plan. That's the big plan for life. But there's little plans, there's little battles, there's little triumphs, there's little victories, there's little things that you have to go through in this life. And God, God has all of that under control too. I love it when a plan comes together. Jonathan and his armor bearer go up with just a plan and some hope. When they get up there, the plan begins to unfold. The plan works out beautifully, and the plan comes together. Even though Jonathan didn't become king, he was a great leader. He was a great military-minded man. He didn't always do the things that his father thought he should do as far as the nation of Israel and the way the army should be led, but he always had God at the center of his focus. And because of that, God let him see the plan and let the plan work out beautifully. What's God got planned for you? He's already revealed part of it to you. He's already told you some of the things that he has in store for you. If you will follow his plan, if you'll follow his path, great things are in your future. I hope you're still enjoying these. If you are, let me know. I love you. I'm praying for you. I will see you again tomorrow. God bless you as always is my prayer.